your voice changed. All right, Andrew. Okay, well, you're just in time, Andrew.
That was the plan.
The first thing I wanted to start out with is, I sent the email out to everybody, I believe, and just wanted to mention it again at our meeting, that one of our members, Barbara Carmel, passed away on the 14th of June. We received an email from her daughter. I think I sent it out to everybody, or everybody should have received a copy. And I just would like to take a moment for Barbara, just a little moment of silence, if we could, and then we will begin our meeting. So, good. Moment of silence, please. Okay. Moving on, and Barbara's daughter's gonna be in town, to go through her home and everything in a couple of weeks. And she was asking, Kara, if you can hear, I mean, she was asking about, is there a bench program or something like that, so she could dedicate a bench in her on her mother's behalf. And I haven't gotten back with her yet, but I was gonna wait till after this meeting and let her know we're working on that program. We'll get her the information as soon as
I think it would be pretty poetic to have one of our own be the first recipient of a memorial bench.
Yeah, well, and we're working on a park, so.
Yeah.
Might be the location. All right, moving forward, are there any corrections to the minutes? Does anybody have anything that they wanted to change? Would anybody like to motion to approve our month of June, our month of May's minutes? Motion to approve.
Motion. Move to approve. I'll second it.
Okay. Jim Simnett, first, David. Okay, all in favor to approve our May minutes? Say aye.
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 All right, those minutes, so
So it's not only these minutes, but I don't know if these agendas have to be corrected, because it says March, approved in March 24, we just did the May. I don't know if that makes a difference. The historical.
that will need to be correct. That's on me. I will correct that.
Yeah. Point to me.
Thank you. Right, we will have a conversation about this later. All right. So corrected. And moving on, we need, we're gonna have election for officers for the next term, so do we have any, does anybody want to make any nominations for chair and secretary? I will make a nomination for Terry Jones to be the secretary, unless anybody
I'll
else
second that.
wants that.
I'll second it.
So Terry, all in favor of Terry being secretary for the Parks and Rec Board, say aye.
Aye.
Terry? Congratulations.
Thank you.
And for chair, any nominations, anybody making?
I nominate Barry.
I would accept. So all in favor to keep me on, so I can vote Terry.
Lucky Jerry.
Say aye.
Aye.
We got a second. Yeah. All right, so those positions are filled. First of all, I guess I want to back up and do welcome introductions because we have a guest here, so if you would please.
My name is Bob Curdy, and I'm a
resident here, Canby, for the past 5 years. Recently just located 2 years ago down in the 7 acres development at the end of North Maple. I have been enjoying the logging trail or whatever for the past 4 years since being up here, but more so now that I live right on it. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to attend a park meeting, was that the Canby police officer said this would be the location.
That's not a good.
I went to the wrong meeting Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. and sitting there at the.
I heard you come in, traffic safety.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and it was a long meeting. I was directed. So tonight I figured I would come in, just see what the park and, introduce myself to the park and see what it does and some of the concerns. The memorial bench is very interesting that you brought that up, because walking the park, I see quite a few of them, and there's actually one right next to my house down there for a young lady that passed away. And the other concern, which brought me to the meeting before, was the speed limit of electric vehicles on the logging trail. I walk it almost every day, and on Saturdays particularly, it gets busy with electric vehicles, and there's no posted speed limit anywhere along that trail. And several bikes that I know of, they're accelerating and going. I walk with 3 dogs every day, and sometimes they're going past me at 25 miles an hour, and I think there needs, I don't want to have a police officer, sitting on the trail, but I do think there should be signs or some type of, keep your dogs on leash, pick up your poop, no alcohol, and electric speed or electric vehicles need to make a maximum speed limit, whatever is set here by the Park and Recreation. But a lot of people in my neighborhood have said the same thing. And, I'm the one that's basically doing the initiative by coming here to the meeting, but a lot of them are complaining about the excessive speed and people wearing the earbuds. They don't hear those electric vehicles coming, and there's a lot of opportunity for injury, and that's the point that I wanted to bring up here at this meeting tonight.
Well, thanks for that. And there is not any posted speed limit. And if we, just being a devil's advocate, I mean, if we do post it, who's gonna monitor it? And what's gonna be done? It's just like a lot of other rules. You post rules and you post guidelines. People break them all the time and then nothing's done, right?
Yeah, but posting does make at least something. There's at least a sign up there, so we know.
It's awareness.
There's no.
Yeah, you're making a party cognizant that there is a maximum, and other people walking, like, I say, slow down. And the party goes, I can go as fast as I want.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a sign that says maximum speed 15, you're able to at least say, did you read the rules as you entered the park?
Sorry, I had a question with the electric bikes and the unicycles and everybody that's rolling. Do they have a speed speedometer on their bikes? Do they know how fast they go? Do they?
I don't have an electric
Yeah.
bike, so I don't know.
I was just thinking, it's almost a new problem.
Right.
10 years ago, there weren't a bunch of electric bikes around like
Yeah,
that.
now they've become pretty sophisticated.
What I've
Yeah.
seen in other parks, they'll have a sign that says, here's who has the right of way. Horses, pedestrians, blah, 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 on trails like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been out state parks and camping and stuff, I've seen that.
What was the sign we added out there?
That's what I was trying to remember, Barry. What was,
Remember we went through.
there was something to do with this.
Well, I know Bike and Ped came up and they had some
Yeah. Oh, it was
suggestions.
Mike Pat.
Yeah.
It's on the gate, and it's in English and Spanish, and it talks about, I know it says only 2 people abreast, which isn't very realistic. It says, that pedestrians should stay to the right. And I can't remember what it says. It does say something about bicyclists, but I can't remember exactly what. I walk that trail almost every day too, and I can't tell you how many times that we have almost been hit by somebody, and it doesn't have to be an electrical or an electric bike, but somebody just flying down that trail, and they don't slow down for pedestrians. The other day, I mean, somebody went by me so fast and scared me so bad that I screamed, and he didn't even look back. And I mean, you're right, it's an accident waiting to happen. But I don't know, I mean, I think there's some people that do ride bikes and they're careful. They see a pedestrian, they slow down, they go around, they'll honk or call out or something. And then there's other people, well, that are awful.
Well, I think what we need to do, and this is, it's a new issue, but we need to review the signage that's down there. We need to maybe look into what some other parks, because obviously it's gonna be an issue elsewhere, what they may be doing, and then we need to bring it back to our board and discuss, and maybe make an additional posting or modify the one that we have down there, but
And add to it too, because I run
And
that
add
part of
to
it, and there's like 2 signs in that whole stretch.
yeah, add
Yeah,
to
so there's
the-
3 entry points.
Yeah.
There's one down by our house that needs to be posted, so people coming off of that North Maple and into the loop and onto the park at the very bit. Then there's one like on, I think it's 23rd Street where.
There's a cul-de-sac down there at the end.
Yeah, Gary's got that house up there. Bikes come up through that way, or bicyclists or walkers, it would be posted there. And then at the front here, coming off the territorial into the park, those 3 with some kind of signage showing that there should be, or you are allowed a 15 mile an hour, because like I said, right now, no one, they're going 30 miles an hour, and on Friday nights and not early Saturdays, mid-afternoon, they're racing, and then, people with those buds are gonna get hit.
Yeah.
And, I just wanted to bring that concern up to the park and, give my 2 cents.
Okay.
I don't know that 15 miles an hour is slow enough myself. Not around pedestrians, little kids, somebody just steps, I'm always looking at mushrooms, if I step off to the side unexpectedly and I didn't hear a bike coming, I'm gonna go right in the path.
An electric bicycle.
I don't think they're allowed on there.
I think
No,
it's
they
no
are.
one-
This is one of the trail, I did check into it. This is one of the few trails that allows.
Motorized,
Yes, not motorized, electric deal.
electric.
And when I talked to the traffic officer, Mr. Miller, he said they have no jurisdiction on park property. And that was the reason at that meeting that,
What do you, the Canby PD has no jurisdiction on park property?
well, here's
Or-
his reply because that's who I thought would make sense.
Yeah,
I didn't bring my glasses. You wanna read
no, and
that?
AJ's good, I mean, he's probably looked into it, he would know, but
The only resolution that I can think of is a painted lane for bikes.
Which is a little ridiculous because.
yeah,
You would need to ask Public Works about this. I would
Perfect.
suggest attending a traffic safety
No.
commission meeting
e-bikes.
at the Canby Public Works building. The meetings occur each month on the 2nd Wednesday at 8:30. You can voice your concerns there. They will have a Public Works employee at the meeting.
That's
I
where-
will also be there.
Yeah, I think it's that paragraph up there where he says, to my knowledge,
This one here? Oh, to my understanding, there is no state statute or city ordinance that would allow us to enforce any type of speed limit on the law.
I agree with that, but I don't think electric bikes are allowed in our parks.
That's just part of the problem.
It's a motorized, they're motorized,
It's
so I don't
motorized,
think
it's
they're
like
allowed.
motor.
But if you're a decent cyclist.
yeah, you can
go.
Yeah, let me talk to the chief
25.
and sit down with AJ and
I rode bike. into that.
see, because if we could, if it says no electric motors, problem solved, they need to start enforcing right?
Right.
Okay, that's your biggest problem is okay,
You know, and I'm not picking on electric
No, not at
bike,
all.
because there are bicyclists that too exceed, the
Yeah.
speed, you know, going down and people walking their dogs in baby carriages and stuff. They're, you know, exposed just like, everyone else to
Yeah.
bikes. But yeah, I'm noticing though, listening in the backyard, those bikes going down on Saturdays where they're racing.
Okay, well, okay, your point is.
Okay, that's,
And,
I'll follow up on this with the chief.
okay,
and then we will have maybe a little more discussion.
so it would be
When you
next
come
meeting
back.
or,
Next meeting will be
Okay.
third
Or
Tuesday of the
Let
month.
me give you my card and then,
okay, very good,
You
and I
could-
do appreciate it. And then, well, I'll get out of your hair, but
Well, no, I mean, you know, these type of things, I mean, something always comes up, it's a new, something new.
I got a question.
You know,
A couple of the homeowners asked me, living on that site, can they put team bark on that park? Because, you know, to keep the weeds and they're weed whacking it right now. If you walk that loop and they're weed whacking it and keeping the grass down, and a couple of them asked me, a
He's the guy, there's,
couple of the neighbors that are facing the logging trail, they're weed whacking that area. They asked, is it allowed to put team bark up there to keep the weeds down?
we consider it.
Okay,
I
they
mean,
just
yeah.
said,
email me real quick, your information, and I might be able to get back to you before the next meeting,
okay,
if you don't mind. And then any questions like that, have them email me.
okay.
And then we can go out with our parks guys, look at what you wanna do and,
Gotcha.
but
Are you-
sorry you guys had to, sorry you had to come here for this. I think we could have resolved this maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, I was here Tuesday morning and they said you're at the wrong meeting. It's on
Yeah.
Thursday evening at 6:30.
Okay,
Can I get this spelling of your last name?
GRADY.
or call, whatever you're comfortable with.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was Bob.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
And I'll find out the rules and then have an answer for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got it, Terry?
Bikes can go that fast,
Yeah.
easy too, so. And you know, the other thing is, I'm a bicycler, you get yelled at if you're on the road, now you're getting yelled at on the bike path. You know, people, you're getting hit, where do they go? You know, people cuss at you and try to run you off the road.
Well, bikes can be on there, and we got the rules for that, stay on the right, you know, and all that, I think we addressed that, but the electric stuff, I don't think is supposed to be on our
It's
back.
probably, it makes going at a higher speed more available.
Right, a lot of these people couldn't ride that fast if they
Yeah.
weren't motorized.
So it
You're
it
right.
just adds to the risk. Plus, those bikes are heavier.
Yeah, they
They've
are.
got batteries and motors.
Do we wanna add
Yeah.
a bike and ped? I mean, since it's a bike, it's a,
We should,
well, I mean, that's,
we should. Yes,
I'm
we
sure
should.
those people are kind of intermixed with the electric bikes and
They-
all that other stuff, and so they
yeah.
probably have an idea of,
It's a huge industry.
here's what's going on.
I'll reach out to
I
Bruce.
know that's probably not what I wanna do, but it's probably the correct.
What are you asking, like speed or like electric?
Yes, I'm sure,
Well,
I'm guessing they have interaction with
They
it.
put their input on it. I mean, I think you're right. I think it says no motorized vehicles.
It is, they're not supposed to be on
Yeah, so that's honestly, I think it's a newer problem.
Right.
I mean, if
there. It is.
10 years ago, it wasn't.
We had a guy get really hurt on.
I've almost been hit several times and it's never been by an electric bike. It's been somebody just flying down there. And they don't call out, they don't slow down. I mean, I get it if you're having a real fun time, you know, riding as fast as you can. I don't really begrudge people that. But when there's a pedestrian, then you just slow down and you go around them and then you zoom back up to your high rate of speed. I mean, that's all. I mean, it's just common courtesy.
Right.
But I mean, I'm gonna be hurt bad, but probably so are you. You have the advantage of a helmet, but this is gonna be really bad for both of us if you hit me.
How do they enforce? I mean, how do you enforce?
Signage.
That's
When
all
we
you
put a
do.
sign, you know, and we put a speed limit up, when you ride a bike, do you know, I mean, you would know how fast you're going.
Everyone's got these little computers.
Yeah, it
nowadays.
tells you, this is.
All right, we know what we need to do. I need to get hold of Bruce Parker, Mike and Ped, and get their take on it. You're gonna reach out. Well, have you on the line with?
No.
All right, Jerry, you want to take us on to the topics at hand? Auburn Farms.
Auburn Farms, we had a meeting with them yesterday. Matt Barry was here, so he can add to it if he wants, but had our planning department, Brian, just going over next steps, so they're working away on it.
Which is what's next steps.
Getting final design, putting together a whole bunch of what type of playground equipment we want, all the different stuff that kind of went off the public input. Trying to make sure, get into more detail so that we can take it forward for, I guess, review and planning approval.
Yeah, because that one's just an illustrative plan, it's not an actual engineered.
And then the process is it goes in front of planning.
We're not taking it to planning commission, though, we're gonna do it administratively, so that's not gonna hold it up.
So what we did is, we had that community engagement meeting with people from Auburn Farms and with Dodds, and we had this sheet, an 8.5 by 11, and all the people that were there, they made notes on it, what they would like to see and what they wouldn't like to see, and so on and so forth, and we created a list and sent it to them based on those comments. And they took those comments and they addressed each one of those, and they are going to make some adjustments on this drawing and then come back again.
They've got the survey done, so they're gonna basically lay it out, meet with utility providers. But what I asked them to get first is with kind of what we talked about, this with the meeting on Monday, get actual costs. So I want to see where we're at with this thing. If we got enough money to make sure we have enough money to build it.
How much do we have budgeted?
1.5 million, I think.
Is there gonna be another community,
Once they're
once they're done with everything?
done with that other, I think we should, you have scheduled with them, there were 4 meetings that they, I don't know how that goes again. 4 meetings that they could have.
Yep.
That's part of their
Scope of work, yeah.
scope of work.
Yep.
So,
I don't know if we're gonna do much of another public meeting.
Okay. That's what I was
More
curious.
with this group now. And so you guys make sure that we're kind of following what the community wanted over there.
and at some point in time when we get ready to go, or we get ready to break ground, we maybe put up a sign out there in the future site of blah, 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 so everybody knows that's right by there, or door hangers or whatever.
If you guys wanted it, thought we needed another public meeting, it would just cost us some more money.
Sure, I didn't know if that was, like,
It's up to you guys. I'm pretty comfortable with what, I think the feedback we got. We were able to meet a lot of the criteria of what people wanted. I felt.
Does that have to go in front of the city council to get a blessing?
No, we're budgeted, we got approval, we get it designed, we put it out to bid, and then the council will approve the project to build construction.
What was that? March, what'd you say, March 1st? March
It'll go pretty fast.
completion? March 1st, 2025? Mark that down.
Is it in the 24,
That's
25
not,
budget?
guys, that's not unrealistic.
Is it in next year's budget?
Can't move around yet.
I think you're talking about next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, we're ahead of the game. It's just, the sooner we get that back and this group flies off on all this, but in the planning, that's what I was worried about, but since Brian's doing the planning stuff administratively, is that the word?
Yeah.
I don't know what your schedule looks like for that. I mean,
It's just gonna be a simple site plan review.
so it won't have to go through the planning commission, so that saves us time, and then a couple readings, a 30-day, get it out to bid. I think March would be
Like it? Okay, let's do it.
I think that's a good goal to shoot for.
Seems realistic. Sounds great.
Are they growing something on it right now?
I don't know when we notified them, so they know that we're gonna break ground. The other thing is, been working with Maple's been kind of chaotic, putting all those pieces together with, contractors on that.
Are you skipping the maple?
Yeah, he wasn't in business.
Well, it is.
Oh, we want Legacy?
Well, sure.
Oh, Legacy, the guys got all the irrigation put back in and they're sod, they were gonna sod it, now they're just gonna seed it and irrigate it, because we thought that Barry, do you know where your installers are? Cause I don't know, I haven't checked out.
Well, he said that
July.
tentatively scheduled for July 22nd because the installer had to apply for a state of Oregon
Think,
business license.
he had to get he's from Utah, and he didn't have a CCP license for Oregon, in Oregon, it's one of our city policies and state rules that we have to follow that, so he's getting a CCB and then he can start.
And in order for the warranty to be withheld or to be honored, I guess, he had to have a license, so.
Yeah, but the guys were real happy with how the irrigation went back in and the coverage, and I think it fits good out there. So
So we're just waiting on him to get his license. He tried to get it more money out of us, and he wanted us to pay for his license. And he said, no, we're not doing that. So anyways, it's taken care of, so now we're just waiting on it. All right,
Maple, we are still finalizing the contract. But it's moving forward. Musco lighting was out there getting ready to bore and stuff, and now they're having to regroup because of all the stuff in the ground. Okay, so we've got the irrigation all lined out, but we're ahead of them, so that's good. We got the dry well in. It went well. We installed that in-house. Got the baseboards off the baseball fields today. So all we have to left to do is move a 3-inch couple inch and a half irrigation lines out from underneath it. And then July 1, they're gonna start.
They will.
Yeah, no, they will. It's just a lot of moving parts. It's crazy how many people are involved in this, but it's going well, I think.
So,
I don't see any problems. So far, so good.
do you have any?
no, the last contact I had with them was last week. They asked what height we wanted the scoreboards, it was about the scoreboards. From the, must have been the Musco guy, Rich.
Yep, yeah.
Rick or Rich. And the other guy, Corey.
Steve Corey.
He's out of office, so I don't know what his, so I really haven't heard much because.
They're struggling because Cub wanted to pay upfront the full amount. They won't do it, so we're in this stalemate right now of what's going on. So I'm working that out, but I'm not too worried about Musco. It's more of the field turf people and they're coming July 1. So so I don't see any problems with it. I think you're good, Ryan. I think they'll.
Has
Todd Grimes. That's the
Grimes.
one that I've been working with, Target Sports. He's great. He always answers his phone and he's been really good.
Has Mark Schuholm, has the scoreboard issue been?
I'm not sure. That's you'll have to have Counselor Davis follow up on that one.
He was donating the money for the scoreboards.
Or I can email Scott if you want me to, or I don't know. I wasn't involved in that. Schlag, our finance director.
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
But I think that's handled also. I don't know if it's been paid yet or not. I'm not sure.
And, I mean, it might be a question for Steve Corey, but did you have a preference or do we need to discuss as a board? But you're involved in baseball, how we want to see that turfed infield? Are we just doing like all green? Or are we doing the baseline?
It should be all, I guess, brown. Is what it'll end up being.
Should be.
Because the base, when you start mixing in the colors, you get your bases and everything, it's all cattywampus. So
Okay,
on the smaller fields, you just go one color.
one color. And brown. I was at a game in Oregon City and it was all green. It looked like brown. didn't look good. And the way it was put down looked bad too. I mean, it
Yeah, I
looked,
think they kind of did that up at the Lynn Fields or whatever it was.
I think so. It looked like they just rolled green.
Yeah, that was I think they did that kind of themselves.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of leveled it and then rolled it out and kind of attached it. It wasn't a professional
No, okay.
job,
All right.
so,
So it'll be turf all, home plate, everything.
yeah.
There's no dirt, all the way back to the fence.
Yeah, we reached out to the playground equipment, people, I can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head. We're starting to look into getting ready for Maple, for that portion of the playground. Phase two and filling in that area, they're gonna come out and look at it. I'm kind of holding off on it because I was kind of talking to Barry. I want to see what your guys' thoughts are, but the price, I think Auburn Farms is a pretty high priority for us to park there. And so if we did come in over budget, maybe come to this group, see what they think about maybe phasing back that Maple stuff, taking that money from there to finish Auburn. But I want to see what the prices are first. So everything just seems to be coming in over budget. So more to come. Hopefully next meeting I'll have that answer.
I mean, what does anybody else have thoughts on? I mean, phase two.
We're gonna do the playground in Maple probably, right? The playground equipment, I